What is up, Packers fans? Welcome back to another edition of the Packers Tiers episodes. Today we're doing offensive line, which is a really fun position to scout for the Packers. We have a really good grasp of what they like on the at the offensive line position. They've been really successful with this model that they've been using. A lot of it is once they get these guys into the building, they're really good at developing them, but they know specifically what they like at this position. I'm your host, Jacob Morley. You can find me on X at Jacob Morley. And we're going through this today. Guys, everything that we talk about in these podcasts, in these YouTube videos, it comes directly from the draft guide powered by Packer Report. If you have not went out and gotten yourself one of those yet, please do so now. You are missing out if you don't have one by now. Like I said, everything that I'm going to be talking about today comes directly from that, but it's not everything. It's not all the details. I'll give you a couple players that are tier 1 fits for the Packers. And if you've been following this, you probably know what that means. If this is the first time you've been watching one of these episodes, a tier 1 Packer is just, you look at a guy's athletic profile. Do they check the boxes that the Packers historically have liked at those positions? Now, it is not the be-all, end-all. They sometimes dip outside of these, but ironically enough, some of the guys that they dip outside of, like Amari Rodgers, is a great example of that. He was not a tier 1 Packer. In fact, he was not even close, and he didn't work out. He didn't work out for the Packers. So it is odd and interesting that when they dip outside of that, it tends to not work as well. So today, offensive line, like I was saying, we have a really good grasp of what they like at the offensive line position. In the past 25 years, I think they've taken one player to play interior offensive line that has no history of playing tackle at the collegiate level. And that's, if you remember, Jason Spitz out of Louisville. Was really the only guy they took that played guard at Louisville, played guard in the league. They'll take centers as well, which is, I think, interesting. They have no problem taking centers with no tackle experience. But if you're going to play guard for this team, you better have played tackle at the collegiate level. And some of that is just if you are on a college team and you're their best offensive lineman, you're going to play left tackle. Like that's just kind of how it goes. And so that's got to be some of it. But not always. So when we go through these guys, I'll give you an interior guy and an outside guy, a tackle prospect today. And both these guys could play interior, I think, and maybe that's where they end up. But I think one has a shot to be a tackle in the league. So two guys we're going to go through. And so for the tackle position, there are two players that fit every metric that they like. And what are those metrics? Shuttle, 3-cone, have good shuttle times, have good 3-cone times. There's kind of a clear line of demarcation that they typically like you to be under with those. And the reason for that is, the Packers, they want guys that can move. They want guys that can get out in space and get to the second level in this outside zone scheme that they play. So shuttle time, 3-cone time, they don't love. This is interesting. And this is a newer thing. This is, Ross Uglum kind of did the research on this last year. And I think he's right. They don't love the behemoths. They don't want the 6'8", 350-pound guy. And I think some of that is typically those guys don't move as well. They just don't. And I think that's interesting. I think it's an interesting case study. Like last year, Guyton from Oklahoma was a guy that they had in for a visit, and he was huge. He was like your 6'7", 340-pound tackle prospect, but he hit the metrics that they like with their shuttle and their 3-cone. So I do wonder if you can hit those times, they'll still be interested in you, because I do have a hard time believing that the Packers would actively say, we don't want to get bigger, stronger, faster. I think if you hit those times, you hit those times. But classically speaking, those bigger guys don't really do that. It's very rare that a guy that big can hit all the metrics they like with the shuttle, 3-cone, and then having that high RAS. So there are two offensive tackle prospects in this year's draft class that we have all the data on. and they hit every single thing. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others that could potentially hit every single metric, but we don't have all the data. And then there are 2 guys that are really high fits as well. They just are maybe missing one little thing. So those guys are high fits as well. That's at the offensive tackle position. At the interior offensive line position, in our top 300, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, and one's a center. 5 guys. Outside of the top 300, there's 2. So that's 7 total interior offensive line. And with interior offensive line, again, you got to have that tackle experience. If you've played tackle, they're going to be interested. If you have not played tackle, traditionally speaking, they have not really looked your way. So without any further ado, let's start with the offensive tackle prospect. This guy's name is Logan Brown out of Kansas. Older prospect. He's 24 years old coming into the draft. If you're a Badger fan, you probably remember Logan Brown. He was a big deal. He was a 5-star recruit that came to Wisconsin. Didn't really ever pan out there. He struggled to get on the field once he was at Kansas. At Wisconsin. Once he was at Kansas, he played his second year, was a tackle for them. I think he is a tackle in the league. He looks like how you'd want to draw it up for the Packers. He is, in that 6'5", 6'6" range, 311, so not too big. Hits all the metrics that they love as far as the shuttle and the 3-cone. When he's got the long arms, I mean, he really is like an off-the-bus type guy. In the run game, he's good. He's a powerful guy in the run game. He can move as well. He is someone that I think, he's more of a developmental prospect, even though he is an older prospect, just because he didn't really get on the field once when he was with the Badgers. But once he got on the field with Kansas, he definitely showed some promise. I think there's a lot of meat on the bone there for him. He is someone that I think if Green Bay could get them into their room, they would be confident that they can develop him. So he's someone that I think, you're looking at rounds 4, 5, 6. I don't know where he's going to go. I think he's a day 3 type, probably early day 3, but someone that the Packers have had success with this type of player. Just raw ball of clay that I think they could turn into a potentially really good football player for them that outplays his draft position. All right, next guy that I'm going to talk about, this guy is an interior offensive lineman. He was a collegiate tackle. I think in this year's draft class, if there were the most Packery Packer that ever Packered, this is him. This is the guy. You watch him play, you look at him, you see his workout numbers, you look at the experience, the amount of just sheer reps this guy has played at the college level, and he's good. He's just good. That's Caleb Rogers out of Texas Tech. If you told me, hey, if you could pick one player in this entire draft class and say, hey, if you get it right, you win $10 million, I would give you this name. I would say Caleb Rogers by the end of the weekend is going to be a Packer. I would not be shocked in the slightest. He is a 23-year-old prospect, 3-star recruit, came to Texas Tech, played immediately for Texas Tech. The positives, the things he's really good at, and this is going to sound familiar. This is what I mean when I say he is a Packer. Things he's really, really good at. His feet are really good. They're clean. They're quick. He gets into his pass sets quickly. He can anchor down in pass protection. He does not get beat very often in pass protection. He's a good pass protector. Negatives for him. He needs to develop in the run game. He is not someone that is going to go out there and just move bodies. He is not a pave the way type of offensive guard prospect. He is someone that you're going to bring in and say, hey, we're going to play at guard. We're going to develop you in the run game because we know already you can pass protect. They've had success with guys like that. David Bakhtiari is the shining example of that. When Bakhtiari came into the league, a lot of people thought he was like a center prospect. Could not move people in the run game early. By the end of his career, he was a plus run blocker. Other guys that have been like that, like Josh Sitton was like that in a lot of ways. TJ Lane was like that in a lot of ways. Really, really good pass protectors that had to develop in the run game. And that's Caleb Rogers. So if he ends up with the Packers, I think he could be someone that he's played everywhere. I think they might view him as someone that could be your swing interior offensive lineman that could play tackle as well. He's a guy that could legitimately play all 5 spots in a pinch. And you look at a guy like Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, who is also a really high fit for the Packers. Caleb Rogers is kind of like your day 2, day 3 version of him, in my opinion, where you can get a guy that has really, really high upside. He's got really, really good film, and you hope that he can settle into one spot. But if you don't, even if he never is a starter in this league, he's going to be a really, really valuable commodity for a team because he can back up several spots on the offensive line. So he's typically what Green Bay has loved at that position. Keep an eye on that on Caleb Rogers from Texas Tech. I think he's someone, like, I'm beating a dead horse now. I like him. I like the fit in Green Bay. I think he could absolutely be a Packer. But that is it. That's the 2 guys that you're getting for this offensive line position. We'll be back tomorrow with another 2 guys. I don't know what position we're doing tomorrow, but you'll get that when it comes out. Making sure you're buying the draft guide, guys. If you need a link for that, shoot me a DM. It should be in the comments here. It should be on the tweet. It should be in the video. It is easy to find if you want it and you're looking for it. So that really helps us out. It just supports kind of what we do. It is a big undertaking to do that, put that book together for you guys, something we love doing. And we would love for you guys to see what the finished product is. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Thank you for listening. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you next time. Until then, be excellent to each other and go Pack Go.